Hello, everyone. So let's start with the most awaited topic. I'll firstly start with introducing myself. This side Ridhima Chabra, and I have been working as a technical recruiter from last 3-4 years. Currently working at Pillow. Along with that, I have worked with Gojek, Swiggy, and White Hat prior to this. Let's move on with the most awaited topic, and that's how to land an engineering internship with no experience. Basically, this is a kind of a topic which is need of the hour and something which is being asked by a lot of people, a lot of graduates these days. So, first of all, the very important thing that comes on with this is the stage is very crucial to really choose on which engineering field you would like to go ahead with. And when I say that, there are like ample of streams which are available. It's mechanical engineering, civil engineering, software engineering. Which kind of stream you would like to go into, that is something which is really important for you to choose from. So for example, let's take an example. You choose software engineering as your mainstream that you would like to proceed with. So there are a lot of other examples in between software engineering too. It comes like front end, back end, DevOps. These roles are there, for example. So then you need to check on what tech stacks you are already specializing in and what tech stacks are basically used in the companies that you're going to target. So you have to do a bit of research for this, like what kind of target companies you have in your mind and what kind of tech stacks they have been using. Some companies use React.js or some companies use React Native. So, what kind of tech stack you are specializing in, what kind of companies you are going to target. Same comes with the backend development too. Some people go with Java, some people go with Node.js, some people go with Python. It depends on what company and what tech stack you are already experienced into. This is something you have to check on prior and then only specialize into the same and experience more into the same. Further, going towards the internship and the location, the very important question is, like, you have to check your preference in what type of internship role you would like to start with. So some people start as a technical writer sometimes, as it depends what kind of company they are stepping in. And if it's a edtech platform, sometimes they go for a technical writer kind of internship, just to get a sense, just to get experience, just to get some of knowledge of the stream. So some people go as a software engineer intern. That's what they really start with. And some titles are generally called as front end developer intern, back end developer intern. It all comes with the time. So it depends on what kind of internship you are going to choose, and then definitely the location. These days, most of the internship opportunities comes as a remote opportunity, but still you have to make sure, as some of the offices are reopening, so you have to make sure what kind of location preference you will have in your mind whenever you are looking out for an internship opportunity, considering the facts in terms of the compensation and cost, area, and stuff. So keep all those factors in mind, as these are some of the questions that will be asked by the recruiters at the first or second place itself. Then moving on, there are some points that you have to make a note for. And when I say this, the big parameter that generally recruiters look in candidates, like who are like without experience, they are basically looking at the percentage or the GPA that you have got in your university. So make sure that you keep that on mark and on track. It's really important how good you score in your college, specifically when you come without experience. Recruiters really sometimes they filter candidates, and it's like filtering in a way who have the highest GPA, they'll be contacted first. So this is something which is considered as a parameter when you don't really come with the experience. Then always keep a check on the college communities or the tech communities that are there over LinkedIn. Be active on LinkedIn. That's really important to get any internship opportunity, even the job opportunity. It's really, really important. So then you have to make sure that you are part of some college communities and communicating with them and networking a lot with the people who are there in the companies, to understand again the tech stack, to understand the work and be related to work even before applying. And then check with the alumni of your college, that where they are settled right now, just to have a connection with them and maybe get a reference in their own company itself. That is going to help you a lot. Research over internet a bit to check more about the role that you're going to pick up. For example, if you're picking up front end development, check over internet what are the basic interview questions that are being asked for a front end developer. So that will help you to prepare well for the interview stage too. Then comes take part in competitive exams. That's really, really important, as when you are going to build a resume, which is going to come further as a next step. So that's where you are going to mention that these are the competitive exams that you have taken part in, and that's what you have really scored. Some of the recruiters generally take some of the competitive exams as a major of checking on which person they need to keep. So that's where you have to keep a check on this too, that any competitive exam that you are being part of, any score which is really good, make sure to mention it in your resume. That's going to cover up in terms of a project, that is going to cover up that you are active in the community. So make sure to take part in those exams too. Then comes the very, very important step, preparing a resume. So a resume is a first thing to really prepare when you plan to find any opportunities out there. So the first thing, a one pager format, it's really, really important. I have seen resumes that comes with like 2 or 3 pages or 4 pages. Recruiter doesn't like go ahead and don't read and scroll pages. So it's very important. A general recruiter who has like some 200 applications at a point of time, they'll screen your CV for some seconds. So it's really important to keep it just one page, and make sure to use any free resume tools that are there over Google. That will really help you a lot. Along with that, add your projects that you have worked in the college. Any project, any volunteer work that you have done in your college, make sure to add that. Again, the competitive exam that you were part of, make sure to add that. Along with that, the scores. And then a summary which is going to talk about what you do, what kind of role you are looking out, and what kind of skills do you come with. Those skills will really help a recruiter to decide on if you are really a fit for the role or not, or if you have the tech stack experience that they are looking out for. And then just add some general details like email, phone number, and your LinkedIn profile. That would really help for a basic resume check. And at the last stage, as I said, any volunteer work, for example, if you are applying for a role specifically, you have to make sure to add in terms of something like a tech event that you were part of in your college. That would also help. Then further, how to contact recruiters. It's really important that the way you contact the recruiters, they are going to respond that quick and that better. So it's important to really keep a regular tap on any job openings that are there over LinkedIn. Anything that is coming up directly, or any internship that is coming up directly, make sure to apply it at a first place. And then ask for referral from people who are there in the company already. That will help you to really fast track the process. And then even message the recruiters over LinkedIn. So how do you need to do that? That's where we are going to step in. So this message has to basically consider all the details that has to go, like your resume will be there at the first place. Add your college name, add the role you are looking out for, and the skills that you have and the projects you have worked for, just one liner about that. And then along with that, any competitive exams you were part of, any scores or awards that you got during that competition which is related to the role, and then when can you join. So a little paragraph which will contain 1 or 2 liners of all these will really make up a really good message about, for a recruiter to even check, and for you to even send to any recruiter. So these are some of the pointers that you should really keep in mind when whenever you are pinging any recruiter over LinkedIn. Along with that, how to really prepare for interviews. So once you have applied, once you have got a shortlist, the main step comes in the recruiter phone screen. That's the very first step that you are going to go through for landing any engineering internship. So the projects you have worked on is really important to keep a check. Basically, whatever you have done, explain everything in detail. The details that you have already mentioned in your resume, make sure you're aware of that, as you will be asked some of the questions you will be getting related to the details you have already mentioned. And then further, some questions which are specific to the role related. For example, if you're applying for a QA role, and then you'll be asked on the questions in terms of the skills or the tools like Selenium, APM. These are some of the examples of the tools, and some of the questions in terms of the role itself. Further, what do you know about the company? These are some of the basic questions that will be asked. So make sure to research prior, like which company you are applying for, which role you are applying for. Along with that, the job description, like what do you know about the role itself, and then why are you interested into like working in that specific company. Just make a note of everything. These details will really help to answer it on the spot instead of thinking. And then further, what do you understand about the role, as I said. And along with that, just make a note in terms of one or two liner which we can really talk about in terms of what you like about the company. That's going to really give a addition point to you. And then prepare well in terms of the problem solving or multitasking, leadership, communication. These kind of things will be tested in the interview rounds that are going to come after the recruiter phone screen. So your computer science fundamentals are going to be tested if you are applying for a software engineering internship, or problem solving is something that will be tested. So some of the tools or something are there over Google. When you just search for testing your problem solving skills, some of the tools will come up. Just test it over there too. And then finally, why are you choosing that engineering field? If you are going for a software engineering internship into front end, why are you choosing front end? So what makes you interest, or what makes you feel okay, front end is something I want to do? So this is something that you have to keep in mind, that why you have chosen that field. So these are some of the things that you have to really keep in your mind. Otherwise, it's all about networking. It's all about staying in touch with everybody, and you'll be able to land a engineering internship very, very soon. Thank you so much.